This election has been very divisive. I think we all know that. But most of us believe that deep down, we all have the same hopes and dreams. And we are wrong, because a new survey says that Republicans and Democrats don't just disagree about politics, they have different sexual fantasies. And you can trust the survey because they took their time. I mean, the voters were repeatedly polled. Apparently, Republicans were more likely to fantasize about things like infidelity, orgies, and partner swapping, from 70s-style key parties to modern-day forms of swinging. That's right. Republicans are the party of family values, and they'd really value a chance to party with your family. But that's not all. Some very, very open-minded people here tonight. But that's not all. Republicans also reported more fantasies with voyeuristic themes, including visiting strip clubs. How uptight do you have to be that visiting a strip club is your fantasy? A strip club, there's no way I could randomly be in a room that also has a naked lady, but once a year on my birthday, I do drive past one. Things are a little different on the other side of the aisle. Democrats were more likely to fantasize about BDSM activities, particularly masochism, which involves deriving pleasure from the experience of pain. Oh, really? So getting their asses kicked by the Republicans was some sort of sick role-playing. Look, just, I'm begging you, baby. Baby, I'm begging you, dress up like Mitch McConnell and obstruct me. According...
Wow.
It's a scientific study. According to the study's author, both parties are attracted to what they consider taboo, and that stems from a psychological principle known as reactance, which stipulates that when we're told we can't do something, we want to do it even more. If you'd like to learn more about reactance, you can't, because I won't let you. You like that, baby? You like that? Of course, there are some sexual kinks that transcend party. For example, I saw this headline the other day. A professional mermaid says unwanted advances from merverts is the worst part of the job. Just like that, you've been made aware of a new profession and its very serious problems and the word mervert. Apparently, professional mermaids are costume performers who work at aquariums and birthday parties. And according to one of them, we do get unwanted attention, often sexual in nature, and we call those people merverts. That is a shame, and I just want to assure you, not all men are merverts. Some of us are complete gentlemen. But these merverts think it's okay to send mermaids creepy messages like, I love to watch you swim, and you're delicious even without any tartar sauce. Tartar sauce. I've tolerated this injustice for about 30 seconds, and I'm not going to take it any longer. Listen up, you merverts and other seviants. Professional mermaids don't exist to be fetish objects in your sick ocean sex fantasy. Professional mermaids exist to provide an unrealistic body image to young children and young fish. I don't want this mervert problem. I don't want this mervert problem to affect our other cherished human sea creature performers. I'm talking to your womanities, your narmaids, and your feels. That's a female eel. Some of those are made up. Meanwhile, back on dry land, a Florida mayor is accused of soliciting sex from a constituent in exchange for speed bumps. This type of corruption is often referred to as pay-to-play, but let's just call this one humps for bumps. That struck a nerve. That really struck a nerve. The story is speaking to people. Yeah. According to Florida resident Catherine Padilla, she was propositioned by mayor of Laterna and man suggesting his jacuzzi at a weird time, David Stewart. And Padilla suspects she's not the only one who the mayor offered sex in exchange for speed bumps. She said, if there's anybody else out there has had this happen to them out there, please come forward now because it's not too late. I suggest interviewing anyone who lives on this street. But all of that, is that a real street? Is that a real street? I don't know.
Ain't no real
Could
street.
be. But that's small town politics. I'm focused on the big vote that will reshape America's political landscape, the Arizona election for state mining inspector. It's a hot race between Republican Joe Hart and Democrat Bill Pierce. And if they look like perfectly normal candidates, it's because those are just stock photos of politicians. Here's the real Joe Hart and Bill Pierce. Now, there's a lot going on in those two pictures.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go with emergency room triage rules and start with a guy who's bleeding from his face. That's Hart's mugshot after a 2017 arrest following a fight that took place between the 73-year-old Hart and his 59-year-old nephew. Now, I know that sounds bad, but fighting your nephew is a long Arizona tradition. It's actually the Arizona state motto. And how did old nephew Strangler here get into the mine inspecting field? According to him, I knew how to push an ore car by the time I was 7 years old. My dad thought if you's old enough to eat solid food, you's old enough to work in the mine. Also, you's old enough to fight your uncle. Come on, I'm a toddler. I'm tall enough to push you in the gemstones. Let's do this. Now, Hart's opponent is Bill Pierce, who, remember, looks like Johnny Cash had a baby with Father Time. And what are his credentials? Well, according to Pierce, a fire broke out at the cotton gin he was working at, and he had to fight the fire himself, during which he fell backwards into a seed pit, cracking his head open and breaking more than a dozen bones on his left side of his body. They called my wife and told her I was dead. Turns out I wasn't dead, so they pulled me out of there. I learned the hard way that a safe work environment has to be a priority, so that's why I am running. I'm sorry, is he... Yes. Sorry, is he running in 2018 or 1820? We have a great show for you tonight.